Hey everybody, Kurt Benner here to give you a rundown on some of the great pike lures that I bagged a number of trophies on for me this year. In my last video, I mentioned that I would be giving you some reviews on some of the hottest lures, both the old standbys as well as some of the new products that hit the market this year. And boy, was I surprised as to what the Northerns were hitting on this season, so let's get to it. First, I wanted to touch on what did not work this season, and that would be my biggest disappointment, which was the suicide duck. Not only did this topwater lure fail to land even one single fish, it didn't get me one single bite. And what made it all that more disappointing was that I fished a number of other topwaters and they were getting crushed. So, I'm going to keep the lure in my box. I'm going to try it one more season next year, but, I'm going to tell you, it was the laughing stock of my group. And my other disappointment was jerkbaits in general. Now, jerkbaits usually do very, very well. However, this year was a bit disappointing. I did catch plenty of pike on these jerkbaits, but not the numbers that I'm used to. The most successful jerkbaits that I fished this season were the X-Rap. They did great, and if you fished X-Raps, you'll know why. But just in general, didn't catch the numbers that I usually do with jerkbaits. All right, so to the metrics of what I did this year, I fished up in northern Manitoba at Utic Lake. Fished there for 3 days through North Haven Lodge. I also fished one day in northern Manitoba at Bear Lake, again through North Haven Lodge on a flyout. Weather on those 4 days, 3 days was perfect weather, calm, weather in the upper 60s, low 70s. We got one cold front that moved in that moved the weather down to the 40s with a tremendous wind. On the good days, I was catching over 50 pike a day with 3 trophies, a 42, a 44, and a 45 and a half. On the bad day, ended up with just barely, I don't even know if I got 25 fish, so it was a bit disappointing, but not unexpected. The lures that worked for me this season are as follows. First and foremost was the MEPS number 5 Aguila Spinners. This is a double blade Aguila, and as you can see, there is not a whole lot left on this thing. It's supposed to be an inline. It's been at 90 degrees. Got to the point where I ultimately couldn't repair it anymore. It came with a bucktail, which got chewed off, and anyway, the colors, red and white, double-bladed Aguila, but far and away my best lure of the season. Other Aguilas worked very good. The MEPS number 5 pink and gold, or excuse me, pink and white glow. Also with a bucktail that got chewed up pretty good, not much left of it, and bent it beyond repair. Black Fury did well for me, and so happy with that. The spinners that were a little disappointing were the Fire Tiger colors. Fire Tiger on the spinners did not perform that well. Spoons, far and away the Johnson Silver Minnow Weedless Spoons did very, very well for us. Classic colors, the gold, the basic gold, silver, 5 of diamonds, the red and white Daredevil, all did very, very well. I attached a white twister tail to them. They did great. As far as spoons with a treble, the Fire Tiger on spoons did very, very well. Once again, I would normally attach a twister to it, either white or orange, and but the Fire Tiger on the treble hook did great. Let's see what else worked. For topwater, the best luck I had was with the classic Zara Spook. Now, I've never had great luck with this lure, but I pulled it out of my box and actually pulled the back treble off. to test my technique a little bit. I walked this dog for probably over an hour, got well over 15 pike, including about a 38 incher. So I had a lot of fun with that topwater lure. And if anybody's fished a spook or any other topwaters, you know how great it is when a pike rips that lure on top of the water. I also want to highlight a few lures that work for members of my group. The spoons, far and away, were the most popular and most successful. I did have one member of the group that fished mostly soft plastics. This is the Storm Wild Eye Pike, and it did very well for members of my group, or one member of the group. Also Castmaster. Castmaster I usually don't have a lot of luck with, but we had some members of our groups that caught a number of pike on these. And this particular one was the one I caught the 45.5 inch, so I can't knock it too much. Did great. Let's see, lastly, MEPS makes a Cyclops. You need to get a little more deep water for these. They tend to get stuck in rocks, but those did really well. All right, so that's it. Want to again thank the guides and staff up at North Haven Lodge in Utica Lake, and look forward to going up there again next season. That is how much success and fun we had up there. Also want to thank the group that I came up with this year, the Master Anglers of North America, led by Arthur Gilman. Once again, great fishing with that group of guys, all expert anglers. So that's it, and until next time, tight lines, everyone.